So this meeting is going nowhere and it's of no use at all. It's just a meeting with people with it's not even with people. This is a meeting and it seems to be together with all. It's strange that how we see that. It's like a computer and I'm seeing names and some images of people. And the brain can abstract and there's a whole story about where I'm talking to people and they can hear my what I'm saying and maybe they need something and there can be some help for people to feel better about themselves and all that can happen in meetings. This is a meeting completely out of the story, so it has nothing to do with the story of me that I'm here and I'm living my life. There's no me. There's no one. But not only there's no one, there's also no time, no distance. So everything is in appearance. That's a complete different seeing of, it's not even seeing, it's completely different. That's normally what people are understanding or believing. This is only an appearance of tables and streets and bodies and feelings and sounds and noises. And it's that, it's neutral. It doesn't go anywhere. It is. And that's strange because we're so into things like I'm here, there's a table, that's solid, I'm walking over there. Everything is about the time and distance and really and solid, and I'm here. I'm the center. When there's me is the center. Everything's happening to you. The circumstances seem to happen to you. Seem to be that feelings are happening in the body, my feelings, my thoughts. And when there's me and I'm living my life, I'm having a free will and choice. It's part of that story of me. When there's no me, there's also, when I'm saying there's no me, there's also no free will and choice. No free will and choice. So there's no control. There's no being able to change. There is what it is. It's not saying that to yourself because that can be the new concept, hearing certain things about what's being said here and thinking, yeah, that's it. And then saying to yourself, oh, but this is just an appearance, so nothing matters. And there's this is just what's happening. So it's making it into some new concept, saying that to yourself, and then maybe it's more easy to deal with that. That's a new story of me. This is a completely different saying that when there's no me, there's nothing going on. There's just nothing. There seems to be an appearance of things and streets and feelings, but there's no dealing with it. There's nothing you could say in the story like it's not coming up like I don't know, maybe that's not good English, but it's not arising of coming up like thoughts trying to change it because there's nothing going on about trying to change. It just lost. It just not comes. So that what's happening, there's no escape. There's no big deal because that seems like, oh my God, there's no escape and there's no control. And how can I live with that? Because me is living in control and trying to deal with things that makes his life or her life better. And that it sounds like awful when they're saying there's no escape, because then it seems like, oh, when I have a depression, it will be for always, something like that. Nothing is for always. That's what me thinks. And it has to deal with that because it's frightening. Then everything will not change until I do something about it. The strange thing is, me is completely not important. It is not. It was not there in the first place. It never was. So that whole idea about trying to live my life and how can I deal with it and all that is just a dream. There's no power in it. It's just some extra energy which has nothing to say. There's no importance in it at all. And we attach a lot of importance to that because it seems very important to make the right choice and to do the right thing. And being better than something else or anything. Life is what is happening. It's already like that. There's no right and wrong. It's neutral. It's energetic. It's energy. It's not happening to someone. There is no someone. That body that seems to be always there is also not always there. There is no always. There's no continuation, because that's part of the thinking about time. Time is something, there's something going on, and I'm here, and then after 5 years, I'm like that. So there can be a comparison about what's before and what's after. When I say no, there's no one, there's no time or distance and space, that whole story is out of the window. It seemed maybe like frightening, but in the same time, it's freedom. It's freedom because there's no one choosing, it's not happening to someone, it's what it is. And strange enough, and that's what we normally not understand or see maybe, is that when there's nothing going on about what's happening, it's just that, then that life is joy. It's it's that like that. You see it in little babies. It's just like that. Not for a reason. It's life is that. What when there's that being able to abstract, it moves to the background and it's being busy with trying to deal with that and then trying to feel like, oh, this is not enough and how can I make it right? So that's the main focus on that. When that's lost, it's suddenly like, oh, it's already that what I was looking for was already there, just silently waiting. Not really, but in a way you could say that. And it's already that. It's that what is happening, sitting, the table, a feeling. It's even pain. It's not awful or something else is nice. It's what it is. And strange enough, then when there's nothing going on about it, it's just, it's pain. It is pain, but in a strange way, it's also not there. Can't even describe how that is. So this is unconditional love. Life is unconditional love. It's just what is happening, and there are no conditions at all. And that's what we're not used to. We are used to that there's something going on. There are relations. There's before and after. There's right and wrong. And then hearing here that there are no relations with anything, not with you or with other one, not with people, but also not you in circumstances. So nothing is happening to someone or to someone else. There's already no one. It's not no one in this body. That's also not real. So there can be hand or legs or seeing a body, but that's it. And then there's a glass of juice. Nothing is more important than anything else. So that's so completely different than what we normally think about what's going on in life. It's not about not having problems anymore or feeling like paradise or all that. That's a state. You can't, it's not graspable. So we can talk about that. Sometimes it's impossible to explain. And when there are questions and suddenly there's answers, I didn't even think there were there. So it's not about Roes. This means there's no Roes also. There's no other people. There's no life of Roes. There's no wisdom or clarity. It's not. There's no clarity. People think there's a clarity with Rose has that, or maybe not. And then, but no, there's nothing having, there's no Rose. So there's no clarity. Sometimes when there's a question and suddenly there's talking about that, and that's it. And after that, it's gone. It's like I can't even remember what's being said. And that's the same with everyone. But when there's that idea or that belief that you are there, and then everything seems more sticky and seems more solid and real and understood and remembering. It's the loss of remembering, can be, or knowledge. This is not knowing. There's really not knowing. Mm. So we can talk about that and we'll see what's happening. And I'm hearing that John is going, so I take over the hosting now. And when there's people, when there's a question or when you want to say something, please do. You can unmute yourself or you write something in the chat, can also be. Or you don't say anything. It doesn't matter. It's already everything. So it has nothing to do with behavior. It has nothing to do with understanding or insights or clarity. That's amazing because that what we normally do is trying to understand or have an insight or maybe looking at yourself and comparing it with before and thinking, yeah, now there's less me maybe anymore. It can be, but what is it? It's already everything. So it really doesn't matter if there seems to be progression in that story. It's only in the story. It's already complete. It's that. Maybe there are thoughts like, yeah, but I feel like there's still me going on. When those thoughts can be there, they don't have any meaning. It's just those thoughts. We attach meaning to them and think like, oh, it's like that, and or maybe there's a feeling and it seems like, oh, there's still that me going on, or maybe some other things. It doesn't matter. Life is everything. So then that energy is there. It doesn't have meaning. It doesn't, it's just that. It's just that neutral. Even all feelings can be there. It's not yours. It's energy. Sadness. And there can be questions in the story because there's living in the story and feeling like there's something going on, and there's suddenly a question coming. Then that's what's going on, of course. It doesn't matter if it's every time the same question. It seems like that. It's not. It's just new, but it doesn't matter. Then that's what's coming or rising, how you say it. It's not something, it's everything. And that's amazing. We are so into this is something, this is better than that. It feels good or all that. And this is completely something else. Everything is what it is. Pain, full on, shouting, the table, floor, sound. It's that already. Doesn't go anywhere, doesn't mean anything. Wow, that's completely something else. That what we normally use to in the story because everything has a meaning and why does it happen and this is because of that. That whole thing, that whole idea, beliefs about what's going on is just not seen. And it's a dream. It can be stuck and it's not there. A lot of times it's not there. It's just walking somewhere or cooking or just sitting. There's nothing going on. It's already like that. It's just sitting or something else. So it's not big deal. It seems like a big deal, and at the same time, it's not. It's crazy. It's so normal. It even can be overlooked when there's not knowing about non-duality meetings and all that, and just being a gardener, and then there's suddenly that whole construct isn't there. It's so normal. It's not even noticed. It's just like that. And then there's what's happening. And there can also be issues in the story. Like it seems like, oh, because I don't have money and that's struggling about money. That can be that feeling like, oh, when that's going, then maybe my life would be more comfortable. Or when there's a good relation with someone, or there can be a job, or it's like there's so many things. Relations can be an issue. So there can be, we can talk about that too. And when I'm saying there's no relation, that doesn't mean you can't talk about when there's feeling I have a relation with someone, it's not working, and then that's what's going on. And there can be questions about it, of course. And we'll see what happens.
Hi, Roes.
Okay. Hi. Hello.
Um, about relation,
Yeah.
not just relation to a partner, relation to in the at work with other people, with
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
with boss or other.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you you know,
Yeah.
it's difficult sometimes to.
Yeah.
It's sometimes very difficult. We listen to this message, but in the real life, in this dream, as you called it,
Mm.
it's difficult.
Yeah.
Uh, I try to be
Mm.
to just be aware of what's happening.
Yeah,
What
you can try anything. That's what we normally do. That everybody has different ways to try to apply what's understood in a certain way. You can't. That well, there can be trying to be aware or nothing. It because that what's going on when there seems to be a boss and you are there and you don't not feel you feel not comfortable or there's something going on, then that's what's happening. It's not like they're saying that to yourself because that's also the new story. So there seems to be not being able to deal with what's going on. And that's we're so into dealing with how can we deal with those circumstances because they feel uncomfortable, or I feel like he's humiliating me, or I don't know, anything can be there. That feeling, what can go on, is it. There's there's no way to get out of anything. It's that what's happening, and it's only that, it's that situation, and that's it. There's a feeling, and that's it. And we think, oh, we pick it up and trying to deal with it, and maybe I have to say something, or no, whatever. That that the way that there's a response or anything is exactly complete as it is. It's only that. There's no meaning in that. There's that situation, and then you sit there, and then that's the situation. So we make a story of there's something going on, it's always there. There's that situation, and then they're sitting or going to the toilet or something else. It's that. There's only that. There's no relation between before and after. That it's just that situation. And they can be feeling like uncomfortable or angry. They're suddenly angry, and that's it. It's not because of that boss. It's not because of you. It's feeling angry, and that's it. There's no cause, there's no effect, there's nothing. But you can't say that in the situation, and you look at yourself and you say to yourself, oh, this is no cause. That makes it into a little story about dealing in a new non dualistic way. That, so there's hearing this, like in being in this meeting and talking like this, and it's energetic. So there's nothing going on like something to grasp or something you take home. You can't take this home. That's the awful thing of this, because that's what we normally use, that we can take that home and do something with it. You can't. And that feels like, yeah, but why I am to these meetings? I don't know. You're there, and that's it. And then it's energetic. So there can be some ideas about what's going on, or I don't know how it's working, but it's energy like that or like that. And life doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't want to show you something or all that story. It's just made up. It's what it is. Ah, God, what an ass. All that, yeah. And that's already gone, and then there's something else. So I don't know what can be said about that situation. It's not happening to you. It's what is happening. Apparently, it's also an appearance, but you can't say that in that situation, like, oh, it's just an appearance. Oh, blah, blah, blah. No, because they're real. It can be angry, or I don't know what. It's strange. This is so energetic. It has nothing to do with understanding or dealing with anything or knowing what you can do or not do. It's exactly that what's being done is it. There's nothing wrong with what you do or somebody else. It's energy. There's no somebody else. You don't need to understand this. It doesn't matter. It's crazy. Yeah.
For example, there's tomorrow I should go to the work, and in the plan there is something I do or something that another one should do, or and we expect that so so will be done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. When we we live our lives, I'm here, there's somebody else, and everything is so real and solid. So when then there's sorry, the whole story about expectation, and it should be done, and how can you do that, and responsibility and all that. So we're living in those ideas about what's going on. There's nothing happening. And that's so crazy to hear because it seems so real and so really happening, and that I feel it and I see it. But there's so many ideas about, we can abstract and we can have so many ideas and expectations and beliefs about what's going on. Even the belief that there's someone there and that everything is solid and real. That's also a belief. Oh, that's crazy because that's so the normal way. So when that's not that strong anymore, then those situations, it's in certain way, it's different. I can't say
Is it,
how it is, but
is it a belief or is it energetic?
yeah, that's both. It's beliefs and energy. It's energy. So beliefs are, it's just energy also. Yeah, yeah. How can you explain that? There are certain beliefs in the story. There are certain beliefs about how expectations and how everything is going and why and meaning. That's more in the story. It's and then it's saying everything is energetic, so it's going in a certain way. I don't know why. You don't know why. Nobody knows, but we think we it should be like that, and it should be the oh yeah, this is awful. Yeah, why don't you this and all that? You can't. There's no one. There's already no one. That doesn't mean you don't say that, and it's wrong to say, "Oh, you're responsible and you didn't do," or being angry and that. Then that's what's happening. So this is so everything, but we have an idea that it should go in a certain way, all that, and then so you can't even work it out. We're trying to work it out. This is completely something else. It's out of the story. This has nothing to do with understanding, working it out, dealing, and all that. So you can't grasp this. Maybe there's an understanding, but it doesn't help or something like that in that way because we think we have a problem in the work or somewhere else.
Could you say that this energetic life push us to do what will be done?
No, no, because there's no one. So there's no separate people. There are no individuals. That's what we assume. We are individuals and that we have a certain free will to choose or to do, and there's something else also. So there's no complete control and all that. There is no control at all because there's no one. It's just one energy, and the idea or the belief that this is a separate person, like this body is apart from that body or that situation. It's not apart. It's one. What you can't even you can maybe an image of that, but you can't even imagine how that is. So that's energetic. Hearing this is already not taking serious all those beliefs about my life and what to do and all that. It's like, huh, what is this? So it's that energy is in a different way, and it has nothing to do with understanding, and that's what we normally do. We think like the understanding of having insights of all that that helps, and this is completely something else. So it can be like being like, "Huh, what is she talking about? I can't even follow what's going on." It doesn't need to, and that's strange because we're not used to that. It's energetic. It's killing beliefs, you could say, in a way, but not on purpose because it's not seeing them. It's not confirming that there's someone in that situation.
I can
Go on. Yeah.
I can understand it when I compare this with a dream.
Yeah.
In the dream, we feel that we are separate from the dream world and we do something, and in the end, we know that there was no one, just the dream happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but but
Yeah.
here, there is this strong,
Yeah.
energetic feeling that I am here.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
speaking to you.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's the same. It really, it's the same. But I understand what you say. Yeah, it's the same. And then there's that really that strong feeling. I'm here. I'm seeing everything as solid and going to my boss and all that. And then hearing, no, it's the same. It's a dream. Wow, that's like, what is that? It's somewhere because there's coming to these meetings or somewhere else, and there's something a recognition, but it's so completely out of the story what we're not used to. And somewhere there's something about it, and that's what's going on here. Yeah.
And there's no way to get out the dream.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's no getting out of getting in because it's what is happening. There's no, in that way, you could say that life of I am here is a dream, but in the same time, there's no dream. There's what is happening. That saying that it's a dream is in the story. Seeing, talking.
The dream that there is someone,
Yeah, yeah. It's a misunderstanding. You could say that.
no escape.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. And in it somewhere, it's like, how can anyone want to listen to this? Because that's so crazy. And in the same time, it's like, why doesn't everybody want to hear this? Because this is complete freedom. This is, oh, God. So, yeah, both. Yeah. Oh, mm, yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Mm, yeah. What's also going on when there's me, as in the story of me, there's the need to be seen. You don't see me. You don't respect me. You don't love me. If you talk like that, you don't take me serious, and all that. That's completely lost. Because when there's no one, that there's it's not about that. So that's also the freedom. There's in that way. There's no relation. There's nothing going on about need. The need to be seen or all that. That's not there. There can be that there's no respect for someone that and then be like, oh God, and then maybe they're saying something or not. There's no story. It's completely different. But it doesn't mean there's no feelings. Of course there are. That's already what's happening. But there's no reason. There's no because. There's not because of someone else saying this. There's no blaming. Oh, you can't blame anymore. Yeah, yeah, it's what it is. It's exactly that. And it doesn't matter if there's maybe a response or not a response. It's exactly that. It's already what is going on. Has nothing to do with me. It's energetic. So there's no one doing anything. It's just energetic going, and it seems, because we can see like that, we see that, like, it seems like different bodies and the whole like tables and streets and all that. We can see that, and there's making a story about it. But the story isn't real. It's a dream. It's only what is apparently happening because it's energy. Everything seems so real. It's an appearance. It's energy. Doesn't go anywhere. It is. And it is. It is. It is. It is. It's that. No connection. Mm. And we assume that everything what's being felt or heard or smelled, or maybe it's happening in the body, because we assume the body is real, I'm real. So everything what I feel is happening inside the body, it's mine, and how can I deal with it? Oh, this is nice. Oh, no, I want more. This is not nice. Oh, I don't want this. No, endless about that. It's not even yours. It's it's energy. So there's no border. It seems like this is the border of me, something like that. It's only in that image, it seemed like, but it's one. So there are no borders. It's energy, maybe seeing in that way. But we can see like distance. So it seems like this is before, this is after, there's inside and outside. There's no inside or outside. There's no outside. Oh, it's crazy because that outside, we assume there's something outside of this, what's seen, or this room, maybe. We can imagine that, of course, but that's only imagination. Also about the body, when there's a feeling, it's that feeling. It's not in the body. It's somewhere in the air, in space. It's that feeling. It's not yours. It's not anyone's. It's that energy, like flies or the wall or feeling. It's that. It's all neutral. It's not possessed or not owned. No, that's the story. So that's free. It's feeling free. That's the freedom. It's that feeling. It's glass of juice. It's smell. It's like that. That's the freedom. It's unconditional. There are no rules. No, only in the story. Oh, there seems to be a subtle joy to everything. Yeah, yeah, that's it. It's everything is unconditional love. That's so strange because people say, why, how can you say that? I don't know. It's just, it's unconditional love or joy somewhere in a subtle way. Life is like that. Yeah. It's like, it is, that's everything. It's, it's alive. Doesn't have any meaning. It's just what's happening. And we think, oh, this is nice, this is awful, this is good, this is, and making it into a story. So that's the focus on all those ideas and beliefs and all that. So that, what I said, it's just on the background. It's not sent that well. And sometimes it's suddenly there, but it seems to be there, that love or that unconditional love. That's because of something, because you did something and all that. No, it's the only thing there is. there can be on top of that, there can be also focusing and on things or ideas. Can be. Doesn't matter. That's also what is. It's also unconditional love in all kind of ways. Doesn't feel like unconditional love when there's it being in the story and trapped and all that, because it seems so real. Oh, why? Yeah.
It was about connection. Connection is from a person.
Yeah. Yeah, it needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's strange. When I'm saying there's no connections. What? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a way, I can understand it.
Mm.
Yeah.
But it's so real. And when there's being in the meeting, there's yeah, and then there's in the story being in life, and then it's suddenly so it can be so strong and so convincing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We assume there's someone there, not maybe not in the head, but some it's so energetic in the body, or so, how you say that, and there's someone over there too, and there's something happening, or maybe circumstances. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's no one. There's nothing inside. How do we know? It's so convincing. It's normally it never questions, and it's so energetic. That feeling that I'm here and there. There can be an understanding and a clarity about no, there's no one. It still is certain. Then there's being in life, and there's something going on, and rough. It's just there again. Yeah, and it's nothing wrong with that, but it's like that. Doesn't matter. Also, it doesn't matter. It's already what's happening. But for when there's being in the story, it seems like what's going on? Yeah. trying to deal with it. It doesn't succeed in it. It's a failure. All that's can be go on then. There's nothing wrong. There's no failure or success. It's only in the story, of course. That's what is happening. Exactly that. Neutral. It's neutral.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't say that to yourself. That's the awful thing of this, that when you say that to yourself, or you take some words with you like, oh, maybe that's how it is, and then it's already lost, because then it's a new concept. So you can't grasp this or take this, or understanding it's also nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly that what is going on. So that behavior, it seems like behavior. We have so many, we look at it and there's so many ideas about somebody else, about yourself and all that. There's so many ideas about that. It's what is happening. So there's nothing wrong. That's amazing, because so also nothing right, of course, but we're so into there's something right, or wait one moment. Well, there's something right or there's something wrong, and that makes the whole story like going and all that. And then there's nothing wrong or right. Then already there's something else going on. You can't even understand, but there's something taken out of your hands, you could say.
Amazing.
It is. There was somebody saying, there's a speaker, and then all the people that were listening to him or her, well, whatever, then there were so many people getting enlightened by that person. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in people getting enlightened. What is that? I don't know.
Then I'm thinking that's a teacher.
Yeah, it can be, or whatever that is, because that's making it into something, and there's something special about it, and oh, we should listen, and all that. It's so normal. It's kind of disappointing in a way, because we're expecting a lot of things about this, and it's so normal. It's so normal. There's nothing in it. It's just that it was already. God, it was already. And I was busy with, yeah, this can't be it. And oh, what can I do about it? Oh, this is what is feel. Oh yeah, this what I'm feeling, or what's going on now. That can't be it. What can I do about it? That, and then yes, it is. Yeah, this is it. Oh, oh. God. So, but it's also freedom, but in a complete different way is what we normally expect, because we expect somewhere in a subtle way or stronger something better. Yeah. Hmm. Right. Oh, wait, there's something. Oh, okay. There seems to be chemistry or resonance with some bodies more than even others, even if there's no center. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, that's also energetic. Yeah. Or like, oh my God. Yeah. Anything. Yeah, of course. It's the same. That's the same. There's no story about it. That's it. There can be an understanding about it, but it's also, I don't know if it's really like that. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Hi again.
Hi. Yeah.
Um, Enlightenment, I have from Osho. He said that enlightenment is when this sense of there is someone apparently falls away. That is enlightenment. For what he says about enlightenment, there's no one will be enlightened, but uh, enlightenment, as he says, that this sense of self, when apparently falls away, there is enlightenment then.
Yeah.
But not that someone would be enlightened.
No, no. But that's very a tricky one because that can be there's so it's so can be that state of that feeling there's no one because there's so much understanding about this and clarity and then that feels like yeah there is no one and still there in a subtle way there can be so it's I don't feel it's not like being enlightened it's just what is that I can't even say then no yeah there's no one and that's not happening to someone so not there's it's not personal I can understand that yeah. But with Osho, I saw there were a lot of things going on for the person. So that's strange then. A lot of therapy and things going on.
Yes, he talked a lot. There is many books for him,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
of Audible. There is many book from him, but
yeah,
there is some book, the Heart Sutra. One of them, he said clearly that the Buddha had said that there is no one.
yeah, yeah,
The sense there is someone is illusory.
yeah. Okay.
He
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah. But I think there's what I see is there's a lot of misunderstanding by the people around and then making it into something else. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
in the he There's another book about Upanishad. He talk about Upanishad. In this book, uh, he said that it's whole and this is whole.
Ah, okay.
That
Yeah.
the the unknown, and this is what's apparently happening.
Okay.
But both is whole, is the same one.
Ah, yeah. 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 That's the same. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm.
But he still, when he talk, he still give the sense that we can do something.
Yeah, that's such a tricky one. Yeah. Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
he says that, but he said we can do until we, we we get the point that there is no one doing
Yeah, we can
anything.
do yeah. Well, that's so many times the story. You can in between there's something going on for the people who don't who are not in this state or whatever how it's called. Yeah. Yeah. It's that story about there's something missing and confirming that or not complete yet and we can help them. We look down of those people and we can help them. Oh God. No. No. Unconditional love is that there's no one and there's no one to help, of course, because that's, yeah, there's no need for anything.
But sorry, but
Yeah,
when there is no one doing this meeting, there's but for me, because there's the feeling that there is someone here, so there's the feeling that there is someone making a meeting and
yeah,
trying to tell us something.
yeah, but yeah, of course. That's part of that same story. Yeah, of course. That's how most people feel, like there's someone over there, and when there's someone here, there's also someone over there. Yeah. And it can be people with wisdom, or maybe there's something saying that can help. And because that, when there's me, that feeling, it's so strange. When I'm here and there's that separation, it doesn't feel like separation maybe, but there's like I'm here and over there there's something else, so it's not one. Then there's suddenly there's also, or stronger, that feeling there's something missing, this is not satisfying, it's not, I'm not good enough, or there's something, there's a drive to something else, or whatever. And then it's, and then when there's someone talking to you like, oh yeah, there is, and I can help you, that's the message, because that's what we long for. Yeah, I can give you something maybe, and then, oh yeah, of course. And this is completely something else, so it's not seeing that there's someone, so there's nothing missing, there's nothing not complete or wrong or needs help. No, there's also no hope. That can be the, for some people, something. Because when there's me, and it's feel wanting to saying like what I had always had, like this is not enough. This is it. What can we do to make it right, or make it into what I thought as perfection or silence? I wanted to be silent and more peaceful all day. It never will. Peaceful, it's not like feeling peaceful. It's that when there's no one, the freedom is not a feeling. It's not a feeling. It's that it's everything. So there's nowhere to go. It's already everything. It's not something.
Thanks again.
Hmm. Bye. Mhm.
There is a blackbird taking a bath. It's really amazing to see that.
Yeah.
Nobody asking today.
No, but you. Yeah, well, it's strange how that goes. That's a lot of times it's like that. There's some people, well, a lot of meetings is like that. There's some people suddenly, I don't know why, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's okay.
And question arise here.
Yeah,
So when there is no one, when just happening,
yeah.
why this message? So why this message arise? Why?
Ah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy. That and there can be when this then when everything was just gone. There was, I think, a lot of years I didn't speak at it about it at all, and then suddenly there were some questions, or there was somebody saying like, "Hey, there's something different. Can we speak about it?" And the speaking about it started, and it's just it's just going like that. And maybe next week there's nothing. I don't know. We don't know. It's just like that. Yeah. But there's no reason. I'm not going to this sitting here and I'm like, oh, there's something going on. No, it's just, oh, there's that meeting. And then sitting here and then talking starts. It's the same. It's also about nothing. There's nothing more special than drinking coffee at breakfast. There's no difference. But it seems like because there's talking about it's something to get. Because that where we in the story, they're trying to get something somewhere in a subtle or stronger way. And hearing there's nothing to get, it sounds strange. But in a way, it's also like relaxing, because when there's that trying to get, or there's also always a drive, attention, and there's no answering, there's no really getting somewhere or getting something. So that whole structure about trying to do and all that, that's not seen. So in some way there can be some people fall asleep. There's getting losing questions, because it doesn't go anywhere. So it's like that whole construct is not feeded, so it falls a bit apart, can be. Or getting
This,
stronger can also, like, whoa, yeah, of course, can be the same in that way. Really, yeah. There are a lot of questions and it's going and going. Yeah, can be that way too. It doesn't matter, it's both. Yeah.
when we come to the point that it's hopeless to
Yeah.
do anything, can help.
Yeah. It's hopeless. It's hopeless. Yeah. So there can be also that some people I had that, some people had that, that like falling away, all that trying and all that, but there's not yet that it's everything. So there can be that hopelessness and feeling like flat, and like, yeah, that ambition or that trying is not so much, and the beliefs are not that strong anymore. But it's more like, yeah, and now, oh, like that. And then suddenly something going on, like, oh, but that's it too. Oh, it's just that simple. It's that everything. And then it's all over. Yeah. Or sometimes it's not even noticed. That's also, I like that very much. Can there being that flat and all that, and suddenly there's that everything, but it's not even noticed. So there's something going on, and because it's so normal. And then when there's talking with someone, it's like, yeah, you were what I remember from you. You were like that, and like, oh yeah, 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 that's different. Oh, what happened? I don't know. I can be like that too. I like that. Mm, yeah. So it's not an event, something like, oh, suddenly it's very clear, or suddenly there is nothing, or oh, no, it doesn't need to be.
It's not an event because there is no time.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. No, yeah, it's not about time. It's about, there can be suddenly, what happened here is like suddenly that being busy with myself and all that, that suddenly stopped, and everything became very clear, and that fell away. Well, it can also much more subtle, and it just doesn't arise, and it doesn't go like that. Those being busy with it, it's just not arising, and then no big deal, because it's so normal. You don't even notice then there's something different, because there's no awareness. So that looking at yourself when that's not there, there's no being busy with what's going on, but that's so normal. It's very normal. You forget. I forgot. I forgot. I was always busy with myself, always trying to find out and comparing, and busy always. And when that was gone, and when there was that moment, and then suddenly there was that clarity, but that fell away very quickly after that. and there was nothing being busy, but it wasn't noticed. So when that tension came, I thought, oh, me is back again, and oh, what can I do about it? My the old way, what I was used to, that came up because the brain is used to that. But it was not. There was only those thoughts, but there was nothing else going on. So I forgot. I thought afterwards, I forgot. So that was for a while going on, and then even that wasn't happening anymore. But there was nothing clear like, oh, there's no me anymore. Oh, what a freedom. No, not at all. So, yeah, it's so strange. There was no awareness. So there's no one looking at yourself and busy with what's going on. That isn't there. Well, that's so normal. You forget it was like that. And when people were talking in their ways with busy with things, and I didn't even realize it took some time that I was talking to someone, and then there was, oh, there's no awareness. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's it. But I didn't realize myself. No. So and some people are different. It's different, I think, how it's going. But that's how it happened here.
Many speakers, they remember from childhood that in some point they come to the dream world. That
Ah,
like Tony Parson, he auch spoke about this point. He was in the dream that there is that there was no one in the childhood. Then he entered this dream world. He
yeah.
remembered that.
Mm.
Maybe that this remembering help some people.
Yeah. Yeah, there can be some people have that. Yeah, can be. Doesn't make a difference. It can be that remembering or not, but it's energetic, so there's no one. Yeah, it's no, it's that dream, that energetic sense of being someone can be very strong after that, or not. It's different. I don't know. There's no why. Mm.
You didn't remember from childhood testing.
Me, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Mm, no, no, not really. There can sometimes there can be, that seems to be, but maybe there's also making up. I don't know because there's a
Mm.
remembering, and yeah, maybe there's because of I know things now. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Not that clear in any case. There was always, and that's strange because I didn't understand that. There was always a feeling there's a secret and it's hidden, and I know it somewhere, but I have to keep it. I have to keep it because it's very dangerous if somebody cracks it. And then something like that. It's like a story of a movie. Well, I had that very strong. Sometimes it was very strong, like that feeling. You can't take it. I don't know. So, and then I think that when I met Tony Parsons, I felt completely like, oh my God, that I didn't even realize at that moment, but he broken that secret. He's opening that secret, and I was like, no, you have to stop it. This is so dangerous. I even wanted to call him. I didn't. But God, I was so frightening. Like he opened the secret. You can't do that. I have to keep it. It's too late. Yeah, really, it was so strange. Oh, that was like, oh, oh, yeah. And in the same time, I had to go there. There was something I didn't understand what he's saying. It didn't in the beginning at all. but there was that going on, strange thing. Yeah. But I never knew what the secret was. I I didn't. It was not always there, but sometimes. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Rose.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. So when you say something stopped happening, or
Yeah.
you say
Yeah.
something not arised anymore, is that something awareness?
No, it was. It wasn't even stopping. It didn't. Now, being busy with myself at that moment, it didn't go on. You could say it's more like that. I think. And then suddenly it was so clear, like, oh, something. I can't even remember what that was because that fell away very
Mm,
quickly.
mm,
So it was not a big deal. Just stop. But
right.
at that moment, it was like, oh, there was really something. And then after that, it was like there was also very clear that there's no one that something like that. There was also very clear. Of there never was. So I was sitting there in a kind of in a subtle disappointment because it was like, oh, so normal. Oh. So it was not a big like, yeah, or something. No, not at all. That was so strange. Yeah, in that way. I had a different expectation about that. And then that free, it's not, for me, it was like not immediately that unconditional love was very obvious, or freedom, or that. It, not in that way like it is now. I don't know why. So it was.
So at the beginning, it was very dull, kind of like it's just nothing special,
No.
but now it becomes more
Yeah, yeah,
vibrant.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's a nice
oh,
word for it. Yeah, yeah,
mhm,
yeah,
right,
yeah. What
right.
I can say, but it's just a story. But what I feel, it's like there's something. There can be when there's nothing sticky. So everything what's happening, there's not taking it home or doing something with it. So there's a relaxation, and there can
Mm,
be some that old patterns, or I don't know, things stored in the body that fell away, or I don't know, something like that.
mm,
But it's more my story about it. I don't know if
mm,
it's really like that. Well,
mm. Yeah.
it's more obvious and more vibrant and more like, oh my god, and not always the same, but sometimes it's like, yeah,
Mm,
it's more and more in a way somewhere.
mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I found uh, here it has this resonance with the like a immediacy, you know.
mm,
Um, what else? Yeah, like what you said, singular, those words.
yeah,
And yeah, sometimes when I walk in the park, I would just stand. There's
yeah,
just light.
yeah.
And yeah, it's just, yeah,
How can you say it? Yeah,
I
yeah,
know, I know.
yeah. But
I was,
can, yeah, but I can hear it when there's trying to say it and stumbling with words and like that. And I think like, yeah, yeah, like that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know. I was like, you speakers are so amazing. How can you talk something like you cannot
yeah,
talk about? Like
yeah. But
how
it's
can you
like,
say it?
yeah, but I think it was like 4 or 5 years. I didn't speak about it at all. I also had an idea in my head, but maybe it was like because I heard Tony Parsons, and I was thinking like when I'm speaking in English, I will maybe use his words. So I was thinking that, but maybe it's not
Mm,
like that. But I couldn't say it. I couldn't speak about it. I didn't know what to say. And then somebody
mm,
was recognizing that there's something going on here. So we were having little meetings here in my house, and then it started, but completely when I hear it, then some videos from then and here, it's different because there was still
mm,
some how can I say it and all that, and then it's getting
mm,
more. What is the funny thing is, it's getting more normal. It's not like there was something looking for the word, and it's not. Well, it's so obvious and normal. Then it's even shared in also in all different situations because it's just normal. And
mm,
that's
mm,
more can go on. And that's so funny
mm,
because it's getting more normal. And then in the same time, it's like, oh God, this is amazing in the same time. Yeah.
mm.
So it's
Yeah.
more easy
I
to
feel,
use normal words. Normal. I like normal words, not those fancy words like awareness and all that. I never liked
mm,
that.
mm. Yeah, usually I will ask you questions. I feel like I have to do that, in the meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah,
And
yeah. That's fine.
today I was like asking questions or not asking questions. It's all this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the point? You
Yeah.
can ask or you don't. You cannot not asking. Like today I
Yeah.
feel a bit tired, and so that's
Mm.
why I didn't
Yeah.
ask any questions.
Yeah.
And but I still feel I still have this sort of like a contracted feeling as a individual. I know you said this is just feeling, yeah,
Mm.
feeling sad or feeling happy or
Mm.
pain. That's just
Mm.
singular, still singular.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Uh,
And it's not more
yeah,
important than the wall because that's also we're so focused on how we are, but the wall is
mm,
also energy. It's the same.
right, that's right. Not as important. Mm.
Mm.
Maybe I still, trying to, I don't
Mm.
know.
Yeah, that we so that feeling I'm here is not only I am here in that way,
Mm,
but it's
mm,
so when there's a feeling, it's immediately mine. It's not even questions. It's so strong. That's and then there's hearing. It's also the wall. It's like, huh? Something like
mm,
that can be or not, or it doesn't matter. But yeah, because I know for myself also that wow, I was so busy with what's going on. Most people are like
mm.
what's going on here in my life somewhere. Although it's very clear it's not my life, but that's the energetic
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, it's so energetic. Yeah,
yeah,
doesn't matter.
right. I remember you just said like um the pain is pain. It's just pain. But what you said is that somehow it's hard to say that it's at the same time it's not there, but you cannot
Yeah.
talk about it. You cannot
Mm,
explain it, right?
mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. It can be suddenly,
Rose, I think we,
suddenly they can be like, oh, it's there. It's very strong, and it's not there at the same time. That's how can you explain? I don't know. It suddenly can be obvious. It's very like doesn't yeah something like that. It's different and in the same in a way. Doesn't mean the pain is less. No,
no, more vibrant pain.
maybe more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can be. Yeah,
The thriving, the pain.
yeah, yeah,
Mm, yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah. I think. So there's nothing happening. This is an appearance of walls and feelings and bodies. It's an appearance. It's energy. There's no difference between the wall or feelings or a body or the street. It's just different. It's neutral. It's one. It's one energy, and there's different. How can you say it's walling? It's walling. It's sadness. It's stabling. There's what is. When there's closing the computer, that's what is already. When there's an idea like, oh, what does she mean like that? Those thoughts are it. They don't have any meaning. They can be thinking, yeah, but it's important, then those thoughts are there. It's just that. It's already everything. There's nothing what it isn't. It's already everything is that unconditional love. So there's nothing to find. There's nowhere to go. This is being in love. This is unconditional love already. That what you long for is the only thing there is. There's nowhere to go. This is already complete. It's everything. A hand, a feeling, pain, drinking. It's that already. It's already what is happening. Thank you. Thank you. Mm,
Thank you, Rose.
thank you. What?
Thank you.